It starts as a low growl in the woods, a sound that makes even seasoned hunters pause. Then the ground begins to tremble. Out from the darkness charges a massive wild boar, tusks glinting under the moonlight, muscles rippling and eyes locked forward. These are not the cute farm pigs you see in storybooks. These are feral, destructive beasts, multiplying faster than we can track them, tearing through farmland, neighborhoods, and wildlife habitats across America. For years, people underestimated them. But now, hunters, farmers, and entire communities are rising together in one of the biggest wildlife control battles in modern history. Welcome to the front line of the wild hog invasion, a fight for balance, survival, and the future of our land. Across the United States, wild hogs are no longer just a rural problem. They've invaded suburban areas, destroyed golf courses, and even caused deadly car crashes. In Texas alone, their population is exploding at an uncontrollable rate, with experts estimating that more than 6 million feral hogs roam the country. These powerful animals dig up soil, rip out crops, and destroy entire ecosystems in hours. They travel in large herds, and once they find a food source, nothing stops them. Farmers lose billions of dollars in damages each year, and if left unchecked, these invaders could reshape the American landscape for good. Hunting wild hogs is no longer just about thrill or sport, it's an urgent necessity. Every year, millions of wild hogs are hunted and trapped across the United States, yet the problem keeps growing. Why? Because they breed at an unbelievable rate. A single female wild boar can give birth up to 7 times a year, with as many as 10 piglets in each litter. That's 70 new hogs from just one sow in a year. Now imagine that multiplied across millions of hogs. It's a population explosion that no state can afford to ignore. The balance between humans, crops, and wildlife is under threat, and every hunter out there has become part of the solution. Modern hunters are answering the call with skill, precision, and heart-pounding determination. When we set out for a hunt, the adrenaline hits long before the first shot. We trek deep into the woods, our boots crunching over damp leaves, dogs sniffing the air for that musky, unmistakable scent of wild hogs. These animals are cunning. They adapt fast, they remember traps, and they learn from every failed attempt to catch them. Many hunters say that hogs are as smart as dogs, and that's no exaggeration. Once a herd senses danger, it disappears into the shadows, regrouping miles away, ready to strike again. That's why every hunt requires patience, coordination, and respect for nature's unpredictability. During one hunt in the deep backcountry, we camped unknowingly along a major hog trail. The first night was calm, filled with the sound of crickets and distant howls. By the second night, the woods came alive. The dogs went wild, and before we knew it, a massive 490-pound sow came barreling through the trees. The air was thick with tension, the kind you feel when you're outnumbered but refuse to back down. Every second counted. I steadied my 12-gauge shotgun, held my breath, and waited for the perfect shot. The moment the slug hit, it was pure chaos, a mix of dust, adrenaline, and victory. That night, we knew we'd made a difference. But for every hog taken down, a dozen more are still out there, tearing through land that farmers work tirelessly to protect. If you've ever hunted wild boar, you know it's not just about the chase, it's about the purpose behind it. These animals aren't confined to the woods anymore. They've invaded farmland, torn through fences, rooted up entire fields of corn, and destroyed irrigation systems that take years to build. Their digging creates deep pits that damage tractors and injure livestock. And it's not just the land they're ruining. Wild hogs carry diseases that threaten both wildlife and farm animals, making them one of the most dangerous invasive species in North America. Every successful hunt isn't just a trophy, it's an act of preservation. There's a powerful connection between hunter and land that's hard to explain to those who've never been in the wild. When you're out there, surrounded by trees and silence, you realize how fragile our ecosystems truly are. Wild hogs threaten everything, from native deer and turkeys to nesting birds and freshwater sources. They devour food meant for other species, uproot vegetation, and spread so quickly that natural predators can't keep up. Without human intervention, the destruction would be irreversible. This isn't just about hunting, it's about protecting the balance of nature that makes America's wilderness so special. For those new to wild hog hunting, the gear and strategy make all the difference. A heavy 12-gauge or 14-gauge shotgun loaded with slugs gives you the stopping power needed for these thick-skinned beasts. Many hunters also use rifles with night scopes since most hogs are active after dark. Hunting dogs, often trained for months, play a crucial role. They can detect hogs long before humans see them, guiding hunters toward the herd. Once the pack corners a boar, timing is everything. You must stay calm, control your breathing, and take your shot with precision. Panic shooting can scatter the herd and turn an organized hunt into chaos. I learned that lesson the hard way during last year's campaign when an early trigger pull cost us 4 days of tracking just to find the herd again. There's something undeniably primal about wild hog hunting. It taps into an ancient instinct, the drive to protect and to provide. Every successful hunt brings not just satisfaction but relief, knowing you've helped safeguard crops, ecosystems, and local communities. Across the country, states are increasing support for hog control programs, and more hunters are joining the mission. It's a community built on respect. Respect for nature, for safety, and for the responsibility that comes with holding a firearm in the great outdoors. But we can't do it alone. If you're watching this, you're already part of the fight. By sharing this video, subscribing to the channel, and supporting responsible hunting, you're helping spread awareness of one of America's most urgent wildlife crises. Every view, every comment, and every share tells YouTube that this message matters, and helps us reach others who care about protecting the land we love. Together, we can make an impact that goes beyond a single hunt. We can reclaim our farmlands, restore balance to our ecosystems, and ensure that future generations inherit a country where nature and humanity coexist in harmony. So next time you hear that rustle in the brush, remember, it's not just another animal out there. It's a reminder of why we hunt. We hunt not for glory, but for balance. We hunt not for trophies, but for the protection of what's ours. The wild hog war isn't just beginning, it's already here. And it's up to us to fight it, one hunt at a time. Join us, share your story, and let's keep America's wild spaces safe, strong, and thriving.